I always thought about harming myself.
I'm shy. I struggled with making friends.
I never thought I could do anything. I have extremely low self esteem.
Lately, I've been eating my pain away. Just throw it back up. I've been struggling to lose weight. Somebody said I don't fit in just because I wear my hair the way I like it.
1 out of 5 American girls suffer from mental health problems. Don't be that girl. Talk to someone.
Those thoughts I had are long gone, for I have a future I need to get to.
In order to get better, I had to do better. I learned how to make friends.
I believe in myself. That's when everyone else did, I set an example.
Instead of me eating everything, I started watching my calories. The weight is falling off. I wanted to change my hair, but I decided it was for me. It's for me.
A PSA from the Curvy Girl Project.
Welcome to Expose Under the Sun. I am Silent Storm, and this is brought to you by Detroit Native Son. Valerie Lockhart is our publisher, and I am so excited to have on my show today. She's been a guest on the show before. Deba Harper, Champ Nation is her company. She is the founder. She's phenomenal, and I'm just so excited about this conversation of just talking about spirituality and talking about our feminine energy and how that applies to our life and business, and she can share about her company as well. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So it's just real talk today. We recently had a wilderness experience with my company Fearless Minds and Heather Heatheroo by Inspired Journey, and she's also a mindset coach. She's phenomenal. You get to know her. And we had an experience with the ladies, but I just want to talk about our spirituality and the makeup of that. Everything is mindset lately. And it's mental awareness and wellness. And I'm just so excited to talk about these topics with you.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, so what I want to talk about is a couple weeks ago, if you don't mind me sharing.
Oh, please do.
Okay. So, this walk of life and the journey in business is challenging. I know for myself, it's been a journey with different ups and downs, highs and lows, and success doesn't come easy, right? So I feel like we need to talk about that, what that looks like behind the scenes and getting there. You were preparing for an event, and I don't know, I just felt in my spirit to contact you. I don't know how it initiated. But through that, we were talking back and forth about what was going on and what it looked like behind the scenes. So I say that to say we need sisters to support each other. And so that's what we're doing. And if you want to share a little bit about that, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay, so I've been doing a training called Tech Champions Training, where we're training people in Detroit to become Salesforce professionals. So it was our inaugural training. Our goal is to train 55 people to become Salesforce professionals so that they can increase their income to starting salary of $55,000 a year.
That's incredible.
It's a 16-week training, and as a midpoint, I wanted to do a graduation where our trainees can feel confident in what they had learned after the 10 weeks. Mm-hmm. It was also around the same time of the beginning of the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So the whole thing about technology is when we own our technology, we can fund our own creativity. We can not have to look for a deal, but we can get direct to our audience. So I just thought it was a good thing, since hip hop started by people selling their mixtapes out of the back of their car. So to me, it was a natural progression. A lot of promotions, and I wasn't seeing the ticket sales the way that I would have liked to. And then there was a lot of other things behind the scenes that I was contending with. And sponsorships were making commitments but not coming through with their commitments. It was just a lot going on, and I got, at the time that you reached out to me, I was like, I'm canceling everything.
Yes, it was like a couple days before, and I'm like, no.
It was a week before, and I was like, I'm canceling everything.
Yes, she really did. She meant it. So through, coaching and talking her off the ledge, you did it.
I did it.
The journey is not beautiful, and it's ugly, and we don't talk about that. The crying and the overwhelm and all of the construct to pull off a successful event.
Yes, it's a lot, and it's almost a trial through fire. It is a trial through fire because you're circumcising your ideas, you're circumcising how you see things, you're trusting in the greater power. It's a whole journey that you're going through, and there were a lot of guides that came to me when I was making these decisions. Every time I would say, I'm quitting, I'm not doing this, God would send me another sister in my life and say, don't you dare. You're doing wonderful work. It's your first one. Just get it done. Just go through it. And it's challenging. I'm a single mother. I have a daughter.
Yes.
I'm committing myself to this mission because it's been seeded in me for many years, and there's no better time like the present.
That's so true.
So my mission is not, for me to be on, Housewives of Atlanta bling blinging. My mission is to help people who live in disenfranchised communities be able to earn a living so that they can maintain living in communities that are being revitalized. That's my mission.
It's so important. As I'm a single mom as well, pretty much my children's entire life. I have a 26-year-old now, so I know how that is and how that looks. And our babies depend on just us, because I know I didn't have a lot of help, so I know I can depend on myself and my creator.
Yes.
But yeah, you're doing it well. You look good doing it, if that helps.
You.
It doesn't feel good, like I said, but you did it, and you had your event.
It was phenomenal.
See?
It was a phenomenal event. The experience was amazing, and the people who were there to experience it were like, sign me up. Like, we got pre-registrations on the spot. People who were participating. So what I did was I brought in artists from hip-hop artists from Los Angeles to perform in Detroit, hip-hop artists. So
was it like a dance battle, or
we wanted it to
like
be
that?
that way,
Okay.
but with everything going on, we just allowed the experience to live itself out. And so it wasn't more of a battle, it was more of a camaraderie. It became a camaraderie. And artists here in Detroit were able to see what the objectives was. Salesforce supported us tremendously. There were some Salesforce professionals that came and talked about the 93 million jobs that Salesforce is
Wow.
is opening up to people, and the initiative for over $300 billion invested in underrepresented communities to become trained and certified to step into these positions that they're creating.
Well, we definitely need you. We need you in our communities. I do a lot of work in the community, and I see it, like the underserved communities. I just recently had a mama with her babies, and I think I put you into contact. Yes, I put you in contact with her so she could sign up. But it's important for us to help create ways for people to make money so they can take care of their babies. But
yeah,
you're doing good work.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel like they don't see themselves in tech. But the reality of it is the whole industry, every single industry. You cannot even go to the doctor's office without having to fill out a form on a kiosk or on your phone. So it's important that we understand that, McDonald's is going fully AI.
Oh, wow. Speaking of that, when we were in Atlanta, they're already like computerized. You touch screen what you want on your order, and then you go up and get your food.
And so how many of our people get started with their jobs either as young youth, or if you're on public assistance and they make you go to work and you go start at McDonald's or a retail store.
Yes.
All of those jobs are going away
They're
with
going away.
technology.
And what was interesting is I seen a lot of younger people. So all of the senior population, they weren't going in there. It's
Right.
overwhelming. I mean, I was even like, I was catching a flight back to Detroit. So I was even like, oh, I haven't used this before. Let me just skip this. And, I got out of line. But can you imagine, the populations that aren't tech savvy at all, not even text savvy.
Yeah.
So
And there is a generational divide. There's a digital divide and a generational divide. The good thing about my program is the participants of the program range from age 15 to 65.
wow, incredible. Your daughter just did this program, right?
Yes.
Oh.
She was a 15-year-old.
Okay.
Not only did she participate in the program, she was our teaching assistant. So she stocked all the snacks. She let me
That's
know when the
awesome.
inventory was out.
Mhm.
And she led we do a group project. It's
Okay.
not enough to learn or to study modules about tech, but we want to make it hands-on. So we did a group project so it could be hands-on to our participants. And she actually led that project. So
Wow.
she was leading the group leader with 3 other adults, and she was driving the project, and she supported everybody. She made sure that everybody met. She just took it upon herself to be a leader. That's
Well, I
something
don't
in
know
her
where she gets that from. Like, she has no choice, really.
You're right. That's something
'Cause-
in her character.
Yeah, in her character, but she gets it from her mama.
She does.
Yeah, because
She
you
does.
exude leadership and all of that you just explained in your daughter. That's you for
Yeah.
sure. So
Well, it starts at home.
yeah, absolutely.
If I can't train my child to do the things that I'm training other people to do, then I've failed as a mother first.
Yes.
And so you have to be able to look at somebody's life. I've been in technology for over 30 years.
Okay.
My first job, I worked for Rockwell International on a space shuttle, helping
That's
engineers write tech tests for the shuttle.
Wow.
So I started that at 19.
Okay.
And I've been in emerging technology ever since. So it's part of my blood. But while I was doing that, my higher power was telling me, you're in these positions to help your people.
You are. I'm so glad you said that because a lot of people miss that voice. Well, actually, I hear on this side. When it comes to
I hear
Holy
on this side.
Spirit, I hear on this side, and a lot of people miss it. Or they just, I guess you have to be spiritually awakened to understand what that means, even. To hear from a higher power and to acknowledge it and then to act on it. So you did that.
I don't know if it was an awakening. It's just sometimes the chosen just has to choose. So
I
I've
agree with that.
always had these hits in my dreams of things that I should do.
Okay.
And I follow those hits. Like I'll see it viscerally in my dreams and then I'll look for it. How is this? I try to put it into my physical space.
Okay.
So when I was going to school, there was nothing called multimedia. Nothing. But God had put in a dream platforms that merge music, 2-dimensional design, 3-dimensional design into something.
Okay.
And I went to school searching that something. And so trusting myself against all odds because my mother was like, what are you doing?
Oh, sure.
Why are you going to all these different schools? Why are you? But what I did in search of that thing that God had put into me led me to be on a small group of people that created the DVD industry. People might not know what a DVD is now.
No, I'm sure not. Like, we're telling our ages. I know our babies are like, what's a DVD?
What's a DVD, right?
What's a cassette? Like,
Right.
We used to have to rewind them.
Right. But I created a DVD. I worked with Warner Brothers, created how to create a DVD, production, everything. Matrix, those of you who've seen The Matrix, was one of our DVDs that that I was personally involved involved working with Warner Brothers to create. That was me following my dream. Nobody else could see that. I saw the vision, and
Yes.
I've lived my life like that. So when you're chosen, people say, I want to be chosen.
No,
We're
you don't.
chosen every day.
Yes.
But do you choose to
be
walk that
chosen.
path?
True.
And my spirit continues to walk that path, regardless to, what people say. I walk that path. And God told me, you walk this path because you're doing it for your people. So
Yes.
here I am in Detroit.
First,
First,
you came from LA, so
I'm from LA. God moved me to Detroit with another dream. A dream came to me, and I had no idea about Detroit. And it's like you say, okay, a dream. Well, why would you choose Detroit? Because somebody called me about Detroit.
yes.
I started seeing things on TV about Detroit. I started seeing YouTubes about Detroit. And I'm like, what's this Detroit thing? So I came to Detroit for a Savior's Day, which is the Nation of Islam's annual, like their Christmas, right? And so I came to Detroit, and I saw all the beautiful Black people in Detroit, and I realized my people.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
Black. I'm a Black woman.
Yes.
God told me I'm doing this for my people. So that I came in February, first time visiting Detroit. I graduated with 3 degrees, and I packed my daughter, my dog, in my Prius with everything I could carry, and I said, God told me I'm doing this for my people. I'm moving to Detroit. Those are my people.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that because I get excited about that because it's kind of like my journey on listening and being chosen as well. People really don't want to be chosen. It's a beautiful journey in hindsight when you look back. All the steps are full circle. All the people and connections are full circle. But that process is very ugly and painful. And I think that's why it's so important for us sisters to come together and be linked up and to talk about this, because who knows how it could be if you don't, We're strong. We're very strong ladies. So we get it. I know I'm self-taught. I listen to Spirit Guide, my God, and it's just a journey. You have to pay attention. So I love that you say you pay attention to your dreams and then you put it into action.
Yes. And it's synchronicity. We're all chosen.
Yes.
What we do, we can go against our full potential, or we can lean into our full potential.
Absolutely.
Against the outside environment. I read something on LinkedIn from this sister that does podcasting. She said, being chosen is expensive. It's expensive.
It's very
It's expensive financially, but the greater expense is in how internally you have to do the work
Yes.
in order to break ties that bind you to reach your highest potential.
You do.
And I look at people and I see their potential. Everybody that I look at, I see their potential. Not everybody falls into their potential.
They don't.
Because you're always challenged with what life is presenting with you. And you can even going through our programs, there are challenges when you're learning a new concept. So you
Yes.
either fall into, I don't know. And sometimes it's just your words. I don't get this. I don't get this. I don't get this. If you keep saying, I don't get this, that's blocking you from getting it.
Absolutely.
So then
it
you
is.
have to work on, I'm going to get this. I'm determined to get this. I might not know it now, but I'm going to do the things that I need to do to get it.
Yes.
And so even in something as simple as teaching yourself something new, you have to go through dealing with your own limitations and doubts to be able to reach your full potential. So not everybody reaches their full potential. Not everybody answers their call, because there's so much stimulus in this world to keep you from answering your call. The
Yeah.
devil don't want you to answer your call.
Absolutely not. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't even want to do my first skincare show because I would have to speak. And that really held me back until I did the work. I had to do the work in healing and recreating myself, and then my voice came out. And so now I know why things happened and blocks came up to take me off my course, because you can't shut me up now. And I was, we're on the show, so I have to talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that you're saying that because it's so important for people to be able to recognize it in us.
Yes. And I mean, you guys see me here on this talking to you, and it sounds like I have it all together.
Yeah, we look like we're well put together. For the most part, we are, but we believe in our calling and we believe in helping people. So I'm a firm believer in being a servant first, and then all the other things come. The money will come, and I think that's a block too. People want something safe, so they'll take the job that they hate getting up and going to every single day. But I don't know about you, but I love the freedom of working for myself, although it's scary at times because you don't know where the money's coming, but it always seems like it comes. You always have enough, more than enough actually. But people get caught up in that false sense of security, but it's really not secure.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm going to lean into that as faith because you're ahead of me in that faith. I'm looking for a job right now.
Okay, and we won't get all the way into that, but
No,
Miss Diva did not get the job.
No. I'm just saying that I have been. It has been clear to me that my work is bigger than a job.
It is.
So I am trusting the universe to provide the provision for this vision. Usually, I will work a job and do the vision, and then what is neglected? Me,
Yes.
my child,
Yes.
my household is, I'm neglected when I do that because I don't have no time for me.
You don't.
So
You get
I'm
stuck in that repetitive wheel, and then you're too tired to work on you and what you have to do. And then, the money is always, okay, I have to work this many hours to get this, and then it takes up all your time.
right. So my message in all of this for me is to stay the course. Stay the course. Do what God has told me to do. Continue to choose continue to choose as the chosen, so that I can do what I'm here to do in Detroit and the rest of the nation. We're called Champ Nation because what we're doing in Detroit is for the rest of the nation. There's many cities like Detroit. And there's many people that are underserved, underrepresented, and need to be able to earn money to survive.
Yes.
And not have to work 3 jobs, not have to put yourself aside because you have to meet certain demands. But our vision, our ingenuity should be able to take care of our community.
Absolutely. I love that. And just stay the course. What's helped myself is in this healing work, getting around people who have the same mindset and understanding. Friends and family, you'll notice change and shift and realign, and that's okay. As you grow and heal, your healed self can no longer be around the same people that were used to that person. And it's interesting because it's hurtful sometimes, but once you recognize it, you're like, well, I'm going to have new supportive friends and family that identify with the new person that I am. You know what I mean? So it's important to get around like-minded people. Find your tribe.
I am finding my tribe.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
my tribe.
Yes, I love it.
We met in a whole different set of circumstances.
What is it? Did we say 4 years ago?
Yeah, about 4
4
years ago. 5 years ago, actually. It was 2018.
Wow.
I'm also a real estate developer, and I would do networking events with investors who would come out to Detroit to invest. And that's how I met Silent Storm.
Yes.
And
Shout out to Sabrina Horton because that
Sabrina
was our
Horton.
connect. I never met her yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we were supposed to do coffee when she came from LA, but we never linked up. But she was like, my partner, Deba, you have to meet her. So
That's how we met.
that's how we met.
Yeah. So we, real estate is still part of me. We have a project that we're working on there's a lot of people who are returning citizens that need a place to stay while they pivot their lives.
Okay.
There are people who are exiting the foster care system and they don't have any family support and they are going to college and they're looking for ways to get their lives on straight. And so we're looking at solutions for that, for people who go through our program. We're still working on it.
It's
you
coming.
know.
It's coming. It's like a big puzzle. Everyone's playing a key piece to that puzzle.
Yes.
We're also working on reentry, and we service our veterans, and we have a youth population. And ironically, there's a huge need for housing for 60 and up women right now. So that's become our new help as well. So I just applaud you. I thank you for listening to your calling and being open to talking about this here with me. And I know Heatheroo, and I will be having events, and it's talking about, spiritual minds is what it's called. So it's an empowerment circle for women. So we'll be talking more about what the healing work looks like and, digging deep into that. Our feminine energy, we haven't had time to talk about that really, but we'll be unleashing that because operating in our masculine energy is needed as well. But to attract a man or, what you're attracted to, feminine energy is what's going to do it. So we'll talk about that too. So much to talk about. How can we find you though?
Well, you can find us at the letter Y, FIT, yfit.info, yfit.info, and you'll see everything that we're doing on yfit.info. It stands for Your Future in Tech.
I love that. That's
yfit.info.
That's creative. Okay. And then you're on Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram is at Champ Nation Official. On Facebook is at Champ Nation. And, you can find me there.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you for being on the show. We look forward to future works together. I know we have a lot in store, and our circle is only going to grow. And thank you for being brave enough to be here to talk about it.
Thank you.
So much gratitude. That's an energy in itself. So just thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Creator.
Yes, thank you. And so you can find me on Facebook. fearlessminds.com is the website. Fearless Minds, Instagram, Facebook. We just look to inspire and empower people in our underserved and regular communities. Our business people, we give shout out and homage to you because without you, we cannot have, this community. So we welcome anyone with a servant's heart and to do this work. It's not easy. Just stay the course. And if you would like to be on the show, you can get a hold of me on our social media pages. I'm Silent Storm, and we will be back in 2 weeks. Darwin Griffin is my co-host. He'll be here next week. And we just thank you. Look forward to seeing us on Facebook Live. We'll be on there now going forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome. In closing.
Here at the Full and Fabulous Curvy Girl Project, we don't just focus on health, beauty, and self-esteem. We also offer an amazing summer program for young ladies ages 12 to 18. For more information, visit our website at fullandfabulous.org. See you soon.